Coming up on Falcon Fever.
Did you know that over half of the Montevallo men's soccer team are from another country? Find out how and why they chose to go to school at the University of Montevallo.
The women's cross-country team picked up top honors on the road last week. See how they earned their first victory of the season.
Plus, women's soccer team snatches their first PBC victory of the season with a shutout of USC Aiken. See how they scored. Falcon Fever starts now.
Welcome in, everyone. I'm RJ Sievertsgaard.
And I'm Casey Beasley. Coleman Sears is off today.
Well, Casey, we start with the men's and women's cross-country teams as they post landmark performances in their last meets. The women came away with their first victory of the season last Friday at the Tiger Twilight Invitational in Tennessee. This is also the second time in UM history that the Falcons have won this event. Junior Haley Evans and sophomore Inmi Matsunaga led the way for the Falcons, posting UM record-breaking 6K times. Evans finished fourth in the race with a time of 24 minutes 17 seconds, good for fifth in the all-time UM record book, while Matsunaga finished fifth at 24 minutes 23 seconds, placing her seventh all-time. For the first time in program history, UM placed 4 runners under 25 minutes.
The men's cross-country team had a great day of their own at the Tiger Twilight Invitational. Montevallo had 3 runners placed in the top 10. Freshman standout Zach Walsh led the Falcons, finishing 4th in the event, which was his own personal best time of 27 minutes and 34 seconds. Sophomores Aaron Bush and Mark McDonald were next for the Falcons, finishing 6th and 7th. The Falcons beat out Birmingham Southern and the University of North Alabama to take 2nd place, which is the highest finishing in school history since returning to the campus in 2010. Yesterday, we were able to catch up with cross-country coach Tommy Barksdale and get his own thoughts on the team's performance.
The girls did great in Tiger Twilight. We came off and won second time in school history to win a meet, and it's actually the same meet that we ran 2 years ago. Haley Evans led us again like she did 2 years ago, and we're just heading in the right direction. We had 4 girls under 25 minutes. Our 5th girl was 25-18, so almost 5 girls under 25 minutes, and which has never, haven't been done in school history. 4 girls haven't been done in school history, so we're heading in the right direction. The guys were ecstatic. That's the highest finish they've had. 2nd year in existence. You can't ask for anything more right now. They performed well as a team. They packed it up, which is what we need to do because we're still young and not that big of a team. So we need to pack it up and become a pack run to be successful, and that's what we're doing. And they executed our plan to a T.
The men's soccer team continues to roll on.
The guys geared up against conference rival USC Aiken to protect a 4-game streak against the Pacers. The guys wasted no time in scoring. Phil Jackson proved why he was last week's PBC Player of the Week. He started things off by nailing a free kick in the left corner, sliding off the goalie's fingertips. UM put 3 more into the back of the net to secure the win. Giuliano Frano snuck one past the keeper in the 29th minute for his 3rd of the year. 8 minutes in the second half, Jackson Tolleson scored off a Phil Jackson assist, and Alex Morton scored his 2nd of the season, 65 minutes in, improving the Falcons to 6-2-2. Well, it's no secret that soccer is a sport more popular in other countries, but a lot of young college athletes around the world come to the States to compete, including the ones here at the University of Montevallo. Falcon Fever reporter Sierra Barter tells us exactly why they came to the heart of college football territory to play soccer.
Did you know that over half of the Montevallo men's soccer team are from another country? Find out how and why they chose to go to school at the University of Montevallo. The University of Montevallo is home to many international students. Most of the sports teams have international players. Gary O'Neill plays for the men's soccer team and has come here all the way from Ireland. He is here to tell us more about how different it is playing here and playing back at home.
It's a big difference, because back home we play once a week and the season would go on for 9 months, whereas here we only have 2 months, you know what I mean? It's a hectic schedule, it's physically demanding. I think football back home, it's a lot better standard, like, you know what I mean? Because obviously we play it a lot more than America does, so. But I'm liking it out here, and hopefully we can have a winning season.
The Montevallo men's soccer team was one of the most successful sports teams last year, winning the Peach Belt Conference Tournament and staking a claim in nationals. The soccer team has players from all over the world. Some come all the way from Australia and New Zealand. Tyson Eo from England tells us more about how he chose to come to school in Montevallo.
I went through a recruiting agency, so I was talking to all different schools. I actually went to a school in Florida first, but I've done some research on Montevallo, and I spoke to Austin, who was one of the players here, and they had a better record and seemed to be doing better, so I decided to transfer and come here because of the strong soccer program.
This year's season has been good so far with 6 wins, 2 losses, and 2 ties. The Falcons' next home game is October 5th. This is Sierra Barter reporting for Falcon Weekly.
After catching up with a couple of the international athletes here at the university, it is now a little more clear on why it is they chose Montevallo.
The on-field struggles for the women's soccer team continued as they traveled to Hickory, North Carolina last week to take on the Lenore Rhyme Bears. The Falcons only got 2 shots in against the Bears. sophomore goalie Caitlin Thomas made 3 saves, but 1 shot slipped by. And with that, the Bears beat the Falcons with a score of 1-0.
On Sunday, the women laced up at home against the 0-3 Aiken, South Carolina Pacers. Let's take to Varsity Field to check out the action. Early senior Kristen Rosado takes a free kick into the box, denied by the Pacer goalie. The Falcons moving the ball around nicely, and then Nicola Storworthy is going to find Veronica Stuckey, and she puts in her first goal of the season. That puts the Montevallo up 1-0. Here Montevallo playing some good defense, and then a nice stop by Caitlin Thomas. Next, Montevallo trying to work in the cross, but they are denied once again. They had 9 shots on goal. Montevallo working the ball again, and Christine Prince takes off for the corner and tries to find Veronica Stuckey, but she can't find the mark.
Well, Veronica has played in high school up top as a striker before. She's a big girl, she's difficult to mark. Very strong in the air. We knew she'd have the ability to kind of barrel around and cause some trouble for their back four. She can hold the ball, so we just figured in an attempt to create some opportunities for us to score goals, it would seem like a good opportunity just to switch her up top and do something different.
Tell me a little bit about what that does for your team's confidence coming into Wednesday's game against Clayton State.
Well, for us right now, we've been so close in every game. We've lost 6 games by 1 goal. And this team just needs to be able to find a way to win and then experience winning so that they can build on that confidence. I think by getting a goal early, which is what we had talked about, and then by getting the win, hopefully now they can get a little bit of momentum and enjoy the experience of winning, which seems to have evaded us all season.
In the end, the final tally would be UM 1, USC Aiken 0.
In volleyball, the Falcons have been fighting all season long.
The women evened out their conference record on the road against Lander, sweeping the Bearcats in 3 straight sets.
Sophomore Mani Ati led the team with 13 kills and 6 digs. Junior Jordan Spinks added 9 kills, while senior Anna Garrison did her thing with 33 assists. The final score of the 3 sets were 25-22, 25-19, and 26-24. The Falcons had a little time to rest as they faced off against USC Aiken the next day. The Falcons dropped the match 3-1. Battling with the Pacers the whole day, UM sent 3 of the 4 sets into extra points. Maniati led the Falcons with 12 kills, while Garrison added another 38 assists to her all-time UM record. The Falcons fell 31-29, 21-25, 29-31, and 24-26.
Last night, hosted cross-state opponent West Alabama, and they were looking to bounce back from that loss to the Pacers. To Bank Trust Arena we go. Falcons rally here nicely as Anna Garrison sets up this kill for her teammate. Michelle Walker digs one out, and Garrison sets her up for a nice finish. One of 12 kills for Walker. Montevallo looking strong. Freshman Nicole Scherer with the point here. We caught up with head coach Katie O'Brien after the game.
I think this is the best we played at home, and that gives us a lot of hope and encouragement, especially for the amount we've been practicing and what we've been practicing is translating to games. Serve receive, we were disappointed in that, but I thought hitting was awesome. I thought Anna Garrison with her assist was well, and there were definitely more positives than negatives.
Manianti continues on her tear as she finishes with 14 kills, while freshman Michelle Walker did her own damage with 12 kills. Of course, the game wouldn't be complete without Anna Garrison leaving her mark. She assisted 41 Montevallo points. UM improves to 7-10 and 2-3 in conference play.
Monday and Tuesday, the men's and women's golf team hosted the Full Moon Barbecue Montevallo Invitational. Freshman Andres Morales debuted for the Falcons after returning from Canada.
Yep, and a freshman golfer led the women's team. Falcon Fever producer Daniel Vest and I went out to Calera Monday and got some footage of all the golfers.
The guys teed off against 5 other teams and managed a 3rd-place finish. To the beautiful Timberline Golf Course in Calera we go. Here a Falcon tees off on the front 9. Montevallo working on their short game here with a nice recovery out of the rough to get it on the green. Joe Hop teeing off on the front 9. We caught up with him later in the round, trying to get some air under the ball to save the hole, and he places it nicely next to the cut. Great shot. Finishing the hole off here with a tap in. He shot 7 over, and his lowest round was 72. Some concentration showed here as UM golfer sinks a lip rider. From a good distance, let's hear from Andres Morales.
Yeah, I didn't do it very well, but I hit the ball very solid, and I hope that tomorrow I will play much better.
How does it feel to get out here and actually get to play in the swing?
Yeah, I mean, I have a long time thinking about this, but today on the morning I was very excited. It was too bad that I couldn't seize the opportunity as I wanted to, but I mean, I'm positive about tomorrow and about next tournament.
Andrew Lowry led the team, shooting just 1 over par and finishing 3rd overall. His best round was a 70 in the tournament. Hop rallied behind him with a +7 total score, while Aaron Ebert came in 15th place, shooting 10 over. Gonzalo Gambertoglio tied for 16th at 12 over par. As we reported a couple of weeks ago, Andres Morales was selected to represent his home nation of Mexico in the Junior Nationals tournament in Canada. Monday, we asked him about his experience, not only in Canada, but how life in the States has treated him so far.
Honor, I mean, because it was something that I earned, like playing tournaments and winning. So it was great to be like selected to represent our entire nation. Yeah, I mean, it was tough and the conditions were tough, but it was a great experience, and I learned a lot about that.
Did you play against other players around the world?
Yeah, I play against players from England, Colombia, Norway, and it's great to see like the level they have and to compare with you and feel like that you can play anywhere.
The ladies had a good show. Freshman Ashley Beck not only led the Falcons, but actually beat out all the competition, coming in 1st. Let's check out some of the footage from Monday. Dothan, Alabama native Kaylee Hale with a tee shot here. She had an okay first day, shooting an 83. Here she sinks the putt, a little disappointed, but still made it. Next, England native Emma Breen teeing up here on the 15th. And then here's a shot of Emma finishing up for the day on the 18th green. She came in 9th in the tournament. Let's hear from junior Kaylee Hale and head coach Justin Pratt.
Even though we lost Emily, our All-American, we brought in 2 new girls, 2 freshmen that are really helping out the team. And then the girls from last year, including myself, all of us have worked really hard, so our scores have all improved. So even though we lost our best player, as a team we've grown stronger. And so like today's round, I feel like, I mean, I don't know the exact numbers, but I think this is probably one of the best tournament rounds, or like the day that we've probably had as a team in a very, very long time, at least the 2 years that I've been here. Since we have like a couple girls that can go low, and then it pushes the other girls to get better. Like myself, like I see the girls younger than me that, you know, can shoot in the 70s consistently, and my scores have dropped down about 8 to 10 strokes, and I feel like it's just because of their presence.
It's good to see the girls playing a little better. It's good to see the scores where they are, and we just want to keep seeing them improve just a little bit.
Are you seeing them improve?
See, so far, yeah. So far from their first tournament, they've played better in their second tournament, from the first tournament to the second tournament to now this is their third tournament for the fall, that their scores are coming down. And so, you know, that's really what you want to see. And then at the end of the fall, we get to evaluate where they are and work on a few things over the winter and come back and be ready for the spring.
Overall, the women placed second, only behind Columbus State, and we're just 3 strokes behind the Cougars. Beck shot 10 over, and Klein shot 15 over par. Hillary Shaner used a good first round of 76 to place her in 5th place.
The tennis team has started off the first half of their competition this year. The team has already participated in the Southeast Region Tournament, where UM finished well individually. Recently, we caught up with Helena Norgren and the head coach to get a perspective on this year.
To be to compete at different matches in the conference. We're in the toughest conference in Division II women's tennis, and with it, it's 8 of our 13 teams are ranked nationally, and you know we got to come at it strong. You know, been recruiting strong. The team's progressed as each player, and just looking to move up the rankings of the conference. For this year, I think that you know our singles lineup is definitely going to be a lot stronger this year. We have a new girl named Nikola Polsarova coming in. She's from Slovakia. Helena Nordgren is a senior this year. She's made big gains since last year in singles. I would say that our singles lineup will definitely be a lot stronger than last year.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, coming. Nice touch.
So far it's been really good. I feel physically very fit, which is important. So I think next spring is going to be a good season, a lot better, hopefully the best one so far for me. So. Well, obviously we have to all work hard. We're trying to get ranked this season and hopefully make it a conference. So basically we just have to do our best. We're trying to get 2 more players for the team in January, which would be great. But for now we just have to keep working hard.
5 out of the 8 players will head to CAC this weekend. The tennis team has just 1 match left to wrap up the preseason.
Well, it's time for a new addition to the show that we thought you may like.
Yeah, it's called Fever in 50, and we're going to bring you all of the upcoming games for the sports that we cover here on Falcon Fever in 50 seconds. So without further ado, your Fever in 50.
October 5th, both the men's and women's soccer teams will host Clayton State. The women will get things started at 5, then the men will kick off at 7:30.
Both teams then travel to Lander, the 8, to take on the Bearcats. The men will start things off at 3:30, then the women will follow at 8.
The volleyball team has a home stretch upcoming. The 8th, they will take on UMC Pembroke at 12, then the 9th, they will host Francis Marion at 1.
Men's golf takes part in the Indian Bayou Classic the 11th, then travels to Kentucky for the LMU Fall Invitational. The 25th, the women head to Pensacola for the Flagler Fall Slam.
Cross country has 1 meet before the PBC Championship. The 14th, they participate in the Queen's University of Charlotte Royal Challenge.
Tennis competes in the Central Alabama Community College Tournament October 9th in Alexander City. As always, if you can't get enough of Falcon Fever, we have plenty of ways you can get connected online.
Log on to our YouTube channel to watch past Falcon Fever episodes and to see full interviews, including the Morales interview and the interview with Coach Barksdale by simply searching Montevallo for You. Now, if you're a Facebooker or a tweeter, you can follow us at Falcon Fever.
That's right, and if you do tweet or leave a comment, it may be featured on next week's show. Well, that's all we have for today on Falcon Fever.
For the lovely and talented Casey Beasley, I'm RJ Sievertsgaard. Tune in next week. We're out of here.